So guys, before we start, I've noticed that over 68% of viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So it would mean a lot if you can just take 2 seconds just to click that subscribe button, because what that's going to do is it's going to allow the channel to grow. It's going to allow me to then attract better guests and ultimately offer you better value if you are up for following me. So hit that subscribe button. Come on this journey with me. Allow me to give you as much free value as possible, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you. How to get motivated sellers to trust and sell with you. In this video, I want to give you some tips and advice based on my experience over the last 5 years on dealing with genuine and proper motivated sellers. Sellers that are in situations sometimes you wouldn't even believe, some real dire situations. And this video is going to give you some tips on how to actually deal with them, how to get them to buy into you, buy into your service, but ultimately buy into you as a person, because that is the most important thing when you're dealing with somebody that's in a situation that has a property to sell and is a massive burden over them. So hopefully this video will help you if you are looking for motivated sellers. First of all, how do you actually find these motivated sellers? One of the first things you can do is actually start speaking to people about what you do. So if you're getting involved in property, if you're out looking for deals, if you're sourcing for investors, maybe you're just looking for yourself to grow your own portfolio or looking for your next flip, then you want to be telling people that. You want to be telling people that's what you're doing. Even if you've already got a job, most people will have a job anyway when they're first starting out, but you want to be telling people what it is you're looking for, what you're looking to achieve, you know, how you can help people, how you can help them. Because what happens is a lot of homeowners don't actually know that you can sell a property without using an estate agent, believe it or not. So they think you sell a property, you need an estate agent, which is obviously not true. You know, there's loads and loads of private sales, off-market sales happen every single day. So that's what you're looking for. You're looking to get direct to these individuals that may have a property to sell. It might be in really poor condition. They might have something going on, you know, a situation going on that you can actually help with. The amount of people and sellers that I've actually met and I've went to their property, they do not want to go on the market because they're ashamed, they're embarrassed, and they've got a situation, and it is a shame. And you need to show a lot of compassion, but they don't want to go on the market because they don't want anybody to see their property in that condition. So telling people what you're up to, them then referring you on to different people that they might know that have a property like that, that's what happens. And it all starts with you just telling people, having conversations with people, getting your name out there, letting them know what you can do and letting them know how you can actually help. The next way is using your social media. So I've spoke about this lots in other videos. Using your social media is so powerful, and that's a little bit more of a presence that you're looking for rather than just telling friends and family what you're doing. And if they know anybody looking to sell, social media is out to your larger audience. And even if you've only got a few hundred followers on Instagram, that's just a few hundred people that might not actually know, again, that there's somebody like you that can buy a property off market, that can help that person sell a property off market without the need for a traditional estate agent. So using your social media is really crucial if you want to have a little bit more of a push in trying to find these motivated sellers. And then if you want to go and spend a little bit of money, if you've built a pot and you're a lot more active and you want to go and spend money on marketing ads, so that can be Facebook, Instagram ads, maybe you want to try Google ads, wouldn't recommend it unless you're a little bit further ahead and you're fully set up and your back end set up and everything like that. But just to dabble, or you know, just try the Facebook ads, learn it. You can learn it free online, you can learn it in our network as well. And what you want to be doing is putting ads together that's going to go out to the audience that you're looking for. So that is something that is going to cost money but will yield results. But the most important thing with that is you need to be ready to phone these leads right away. As soon as the lead comes in, you need to be ready. You need to have your phone there. You need to have a bit of a process in the background, because you need to be recording all these leads. You need to be following up the leads that don't answer, emailing them, lots and lots. There's so much more to that I can do another video on. But that is another avenue to try and find motivated sellers that's going to see your ad pop up on Facebook. They might be in that situation, they might not be in that situation now, but that's when you set up your ads to retarget. And they might be in that situation in 4 weeks, 4 months, who knows, but then you're still there, still fresh in their mind, and one day they might click that button to contact you, looking for your service, looking for an off-market sale or purchase that's going to help them out, and ultimately you're going to win as well. So when you find these motivated sellers, what you will find some of the time is you're not the only one they've contacted. They've contacted 2, 3, 4, 5 others, sometimes companies, sometimes individuals that they've seen pop up on their Facebook. Sometimes they just know of somebody that can help them out. But a lot of the time now, especially now in 2025, you're not the only one they've contacted. If you are, absolute bonus, because they are the sweeter ones. You build that relationship right away, they buy into you really quickly. However, if they are shopping about as such and they're looking for the best offer or the best service, how do you actually get them to buy into you, your service, but more importantly, you as a person, and how you can actually help them and deal with them, and how you come across is so important. So in my opinion and experience over the last 5 years in dealing with dozens upon dozens of proper, genuine, motivated sellers, I believe there is 3 things that you absolutely must do to give yourself the best possible chance for that seller to work with you. Number 1, you need to listen. You just need to listen to their situation. You need to listen to them moan about their ex, their neighbour, their financial situation, whatever situation they're in. You just need to listen. Too many times people go into houses and they think about, you know, the refurb that's needing done, or the condition of the property, the external, the internal, without actually going in and just listening to what that owner has to say before you even do any of that stuff. There's been situations where I have literally stood there in front of the woman seller. The one that I'm thinking of just now was an assisted sale in Greenock, and she just sat there ranting about her ex-husband for half an hour rant, and all I done was listen. I just listened to her. I listened to her rant. She needed to rant. She wanted to rant. I was there at the time, and you know, I just took it and I accepted it, and I still came with compassion, and I gave her, you know, some feedback and everything else, and you know, that just built that trust. So listening, and also what listening will do is it will give you an idea about what they're actually looking for, because they're going to, if they're going to go off on one and they're going to really give you the inside story when you're there in their property, then they're going to give you information about what they actually want. Because if you go into the house and you just expect, you know, you want to try and get a flip out or something like that, they might not want that. They might be telling you something totally different, and it's going to piece together in your head what it is they're looking for, and then how you can help. But it all just starts with just listening to them, listening to their situation, listening to if they want to rant, listening, you know, they might even start crying at times. It just depends on their situation. I've had it all, believe it or not. I've seriously had it all, and it will happen the more and more active you are. You will see all of this happen around you when you're going to these different motivated sellers. But you just, number 1 thing is just listen to what they have to say, take mental notes, be compassionate. That is my number 1 tip. Tip number 2 is never go into a property or a situation and think about what you want or what you can gain. It is all about them. If you go in with that mindset, you've already lost. You've lost it, because you're just thinking about yourself. You need to be thinking about them, what they want, what their situation is, and how you can actually help them. And tip number 3, following on from that, is always offer them the best solution. Now, all these tips combined together, because tip number 1 is listening. If you're listening to what they've actually have to say, you're figuring out what they need. So in your head, you can piece together if they need an extremely quick sale, and with a quick sale naturally comes a bit of a discount anyway, which is where you're going to win. And this is what I mean. It's not thinking about what you want, it's thinking about what they want, because the more you listen, the more they talk, and the more you consider them rather than yourself, you're going to figure out really, really quick what it is they need. And to add to that, if they need something that you can't offer, don't try and sweat a deal or squeeze a deal that isn't there for you. Sometimes you might be referring it on to someone that's better placed than you to help them out, and what that's going to do is still probably earn you some sort of referral fee, but also give you a lot of credibility with that seller, that owner. And when all the dust is settled with that particular seller, they're going to remember you, and they might end up referring you on because you helped them out at that time in that situation. So always offer the best solution, which a lot of the time, you know, you've sat there, you've listened to them, you're trying to help them, you're thinking about them. A lot of the time you're going to win out of that anyway. And as I say, regardless if you can't win, if you can't get what you want or you can't help them, don't try and squeeze something out of it. Just do the right thing, refer it on to somebody that is better placed, you'll still win out it. One key tip that I want to add is never ever come across as if you're better than that person. The best thing you can do is come to the level that they're at, whether it's up there, down there, over there, it doesn't matter. Just come to their level, understand them, understand their situation, because a lot of the time they're going through all kinds of situations such as divorce, inheritance, financial, hoarding, and with that comes embarrassment, shame, you know, all of these feelings as well. So you really need to be empathetic with the full situation with that particular person, and you need to just come to their level and understand what it is they're looking for. That is really important, because in the property industry it is full of people that will go in and they will try and take advantage. And I have had it at least a handful of times when I've actually had a comment from the owner when I've been there saying to me, you know, son, I really liked you, you've listened to me there. The last person that was in was chapping the walls and saying I had to rip my kitchen out and everything like that, because people go in with this attitude and this mindset that if I can tell them how bad their property is, it justifies my lowball offer. That's not the way it works. That just does not work anymore, and it's been proven. I have proved it with the amount of motivated sellers that I've spoke to and the amount of feedback and comments, like I just said, that I've had. So you want to just understand the situation. Yeah, it's okay to say, listen, I understand it does need a bit of renovation work, but you don't want to be going in chapping walls, saying this needs to come out, that needs to come out. That's their home at the end of the day. So just always understand the situation and always come to their level as well. So just to round up this video, winning the trust of motivated sellers starts with you thinking about them, you listening to them and understanding their situation. If you can do that and actually give a shit about what it is going on in their life, thinking about them all the time, you will naturally find a solution and you will be able to help them. Even if you can't directly help them, I'm sure that you will be able to find somebody that can as well. So you're always going to win 99 times out of 100. If you think like this, you will win. Now this is based on, as I say, 5 years of previous experience, things that I've learned along the way, dealing with certain situations, not winning every situation because maybe I've said something wrong or I've did something wrong or I've not been fast enough, not reacted quick enough, but always thinking about them is the number one thing that I want you to take away from this video. And providing a good service naturally means that you will win in some way, shape or form as well. So I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I do have one small favour to ask. I've noticed that over 68% of viewers are not subscribed to the channel. So if you can click that subscribe button, because what that's going to do is it's going to allow me to grow the channel, to get more guests on and ultimately offer you even more free value. So give it a click. I hope you enjoy the content and I'll see you soon. Thank you.